my name is Tolu Taiwo from Ogun State. Attended Sacred Heart Primary School, Liberty Road, Ibadan. Attended Federal Government College, Ogun State. And after my secondary school, I went to University in Eyecon. While I was in school, I had a couple of friends, and one of them is and he introduced me to AIESEC. I joined AIESEC in 2010. By chance, actually. I was on my way somewhere and I just picked up the phone. And then since then, I actually brought my life into AIESEC. And AIESEC is a youth-run organization present in 124 countries. The aim of AIESEC is to develop young people, to develop for leadership potential, to have a positive impact in society. So since I joined AIESEC, it's been a different role me. Like I developed so much skill like I didn't know I had, and it's been a life-changing experience. I don't know how it would have been without AIESEC, but AIESEC has been a major part of my life, especially in terms of youth development. So when I joined AIESEC in 2010, I took up my first leadership role in about 4 months after I joined. I became the local committee vice president for responsible for finance in the organization. And then I was opportunity to lead about 23 people on my team for different projects. I joined AIESEC because my roommate then, named by name Yinka, he was always very particular about the organization. Like whenever I went out, whenever I came back in, and it's why you coming from? I'm coming from the AIESEC Secretariat. And I didn't have a particular reason to join AIESEC. I just picked up the phone because Yinka was always holding me about joining AIESEC. But I found every reason in the world to stay in AIESEC. So after joining AIESEC, I picked up first leadership role, being the chief finance responsible for the local office in Ife then. And after that, after 1 year at Ife, I became the national vice president. But while my first term on the national board, I was also part of the finance and legal board for AIESEC International, responsible for creating policies and standards for the entire AIESEC network, 124 countries. So for my experience in each stage, my experience at the local level as the vice president, like I said earlier, I really learned how to manage the team, like leading your equals. Leading equals in the sense that people that join the organization at the same time as you are, maybe they have their own reporting style. They don't necessarily need to listen to you for anything, they don't depend on you for anything. But they have their own reporting styles and you have less influence. But what I learned from that is that you need to lead without authority. So you need to master the whole process, allow everybody have a feel of being part of the team and giving their input at all times. And the other one is managing a team of low masculinity. That really developed my emotional intelligence because as an individual, I don't think I'm very emotionally sound towards especially females. Like maybe so that helped me a lot in meeting the needs of my team members first and trying to understand things from that point of view. So those were the 2 major learning points I had from the leadership experience at the local office. I was part of a team of 9 led by Shola, who was the president of the national board. But usually for you to get on the national board, most of the time, the team comprises of people who have been local committee president in various universities, whether AIESEC, AIESEC Kano, AIESEC Eyecon, AIESEC Alabama. But out of the 9 people, we were just 2 of us that came directly from local committee vice president. So I had not been part of a national decision-making body before. It was really a challenging experience, and it took me about 4 or 5 months to make good national decisions because I was still kind of random and not coming from my own experience. But what I got from there is that I was able to have mentors in terms of decision making, because the way this my teammates used to think then So way different from mine. We will always have a national cap. Maybe then I would say a bit sentimental to having a local decision making ability. So that was my first major learning point. Then during my term as my first term as the National Executive Board, I also joined the AIESEC International Finance and Legal Board. Then I learned how to work with people from various cultural backgrounds from different parts of the world. I was in a team of people, someone from Czech Republic, someone from Hungary, someone from US, another person from Moldova. So that developed like a managerial grid of different cultural dimensions. So what I learned from that is that Europeans usually don't have, they kind of like to stick to time, and they are process and bureaucratic oriented. Their leadership style is usually by the books, let's do this way, process. Not very flexible kind of thing. But for me, it's brought out that side of my learning and development that I can't always have it my own way. That always when I'm working with people from various backgrounds, I need to understand where they're coming from. And that really helped me when I was managing a conference for AIESEC Nigeria. The first thing I tried to do was try to understand the profile of the people I was working with. Because most of them were Igbo people and South. They were totally different from the Yoruba people I know. So that was the learning point I learned that helped me in managing it. At the local level, what I achieved was not precisely, I can't recall, but after everything I was voted the best executive board member out of 7. Then at the national level, what I did was I was able to create financial policies for all AIESEC programs in terms of outgoing and incoming internship programs, budgets, claims, and so many other boring financial things. But that was the platform I had, and I was able to do that. And I think nationally it's actually growing the entity, both at local level and national level. So on the Finance and Legal Board for AIESEC International, what I was able to do was I was a consultant in areas of audit, tax, budgets, and financial reporting for countries like Croatia, Czech Republic, and I think Serbia, yeah, those 3 countries. Of all the things I tried to do that I didn't particularly succeed, or I've not succeeded to how I expected. One of them is education in finance at the local level. I think a lot of people just find the functional area or the department of organization very boring. I myself, I find it boring. I don't even find it challenging. But it's really something I'm trying to work on. So right now I'm trying to have a finance and legal board for AIESEC Nigeria, where they will be the ones in charge of the education themselves. Maybe I wouldn't be one that is pushing it to them. So I think that will have a ripple effect on the entire entity. So that field project was last term. I was trying to make the annual report for the organization, and I was not able to do that. It's commitment and personal drive or self-drive to achieve anything. Have a meaningful conversation with people with similar beliefs, and we'll make a lot of things happen. No matter the leadership framework you have, or that is going to be developed, one thing is that is in the center of whatever leadership framework that is going to be developed, whether human skills, business framework, or conceptual skills. What's in the center, the intersection between everything is always personal return. So if a leader or whoever is in a leadership position doesn't have a personal drive or resolve, I don't think the person will achieve a lot. So personal resolve and self-drive has been what has kept me going, even in terms of challenging and working conditions of running nice. Currently, the project I'm trying to push for AIESEC is, in terms of my role, having like strategic investment decision making to support the front office, like in terms of internship programs and sales capacity and talent capacity. Another one is having a proper reporting system for all local committees, financial reporting system for all local committees in the network. Another one is being able to financially analyze statements that will ensure reserves for the long-term sustainability of the country, of the entity. So outside AIESEC, currently I don't have anything I'm doing outside AIESEC. But AIESEC is a platform where I believe I found my strength and what I love to do when I'm done with AIESEC. So that is, I discovered that I don't love books, even though I used to read a lot of books and all that. But I discovered I love to manage events, conferences, and similar things. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to, that I'll be trying to do when I'm done with AIESEC. So another thing I'll probably consider is probably being a marketer or a salesperson, because I think I love to negotiate. I'm Tolu Taiwo, National Recipient of AIESEC Nigeria.